INEC finally agrees and admits that they didn't validate Bola Tinubu's results. Leaks what they did. Breaking news. Hello, people. Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. When the European Union observers in their written notes, said that they did not understand how INEC, as an independent body, used the method they used in calculating the numbers that they gave or they allocated to Bola Tinubu and other presidential candidates. This was part of the thing that the EU reported in their report, which they submitted to the Nigerian government and to the federal government. And a lot of APC supporters became so angry and irritated because it's not going towards their favor and in their direction. But the fact still remains that INEC, as a matter of fact, did not validate the Bola Tinubu results that they are actually announced. And in this particular video, I will show you how INEC, as a matter of fact, admitted. They think it's too late now for because probably they think admitting it now probably is too late for P2B to win the case in court. But they should know one thing, and they should know one thing, that every admissibility that they've done in the court will actually be used against them. They think that P2B's lawyers don't know what they are actually doing. Well, in this particular video, I'm going to explain to you how INEC finally admitted that they didn't validate the Bola Tinubu's result, the result they used to announce Bola Tinubu as the president of this particular country. And they equally collaborated and equally confirmed what EU, being the European Union observers, said. Well, before we dive into this particular matter today, in case this is your first time of visiting this particular channel, as a matter of fact, don't hesitate to click on the notification button so you get notified whenever I drop a new and important video here. Now, the most important question a lot of people are asking is that how is it possible, or how does INEC validate the election results? How does INEC validate the election result? Now, validation means to confirm the authenticity and the originality and the and how factual that particular result is. That is what validation means. And this is what INEC failed to do. During that particular election collation day, Mahmoud Yakubu, we are busy announcing numbers. A lot of people were curious to know where this particular man is getting his numbers from. Even before the day this broke out, he announced Tinubu as the president without even showing Nigerians the workings and probably how he got to the arrival that Tinubu got 8 point something or 7 point something million votes ahead of Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. But that's not the case today. Let us dive into how INEC admitted that they failed to validate the election result. Now, when you go to the electoral act, which INEC, as a matter of fact, gave to all candidates and published on their official website. This is their electoral act, which INEC, which is their guidance and all that. INEC in clause 48A, INEC mandated that before commencement of any collation, the collation officer, as a matter of fact, must validate the accreditation number with the number displayed on the Beavers machine. He must also validate the scores of the political parties with the results uploaded onto the IREF. Now, what this particular part is trying to say is that before the commencement of collation, that the collation officer, as a matter of fact, must validate that the accreditation number with the number displayed on the machine, on the Beavers machine, because that is part of the reason why the Beavers machine was introduced. Now the second clause 48B, mandates that in the event there is discrepancy between the results on the INEC hard copy with the uploaded copy onto the IRF, the collation officer should disregard the hard copy and use only the uploaded results uploaded onto the IRF. Now, what this clause 48 in the Electoral Act is saying is that if probably during the collation process and the collation officer observes some discrepancy between the results, the ones that have been uploaded on the INEC portal and the hard copy, if there are discrepancies, the Electoral Act mandated the collation officer, as a matter of fact, to discard the hard copy and make use of the results that have been uploaded on the IREF. And this is to maintain and to ensure that there is integrity of the results. This is what the clause 48B said, that if there are discrepancies between the form EC8A, that's been the physical form EC8A, which we normally get from the polling unit, and the one, if there are discrepancies at the point of collation between the form EC8A and the one on the IREF, that the collation officer, as a matter of fact, should ensure that he uses or she uses the results that has been uploaded onto the IREF for collation. And this is what the Electoral Act mandated. Now, a lot of you guys will be wondering, how is it that INEC admitted that they didn't validate the election result? From this particular clause of the Electoral Act, this is the only way or means to validate election results. This is the only way that INEC stipulated in their electoral guidelines and everything, that the collation officer, this is the only way he or she can collate and validate the election results. Now, as we all know, when during the court section, INEC witness clearly said something when INEC presented their witness in court. The witness clearly said that at the time the presidential election was announced, that only 31% of the results had been uploaded onto the IREV. At the time the presidential election results were announced, only 31%, even if you could recall, even till this particular moment, INEC is still uploading the so-called result on the IREF portal. Now, the question that a lot of people are asking is that if an INEC witness, being this INEC witness is from INEC's ICT center, Bamidele, he confirmed that at the point, as at the time the presidential results were announced and everything, only 31%, meaning about 69% of the results were not even uploaded on the IREF. Now, it is important for me to draw you back to what we said earlier, that that the Electoral Act mandates that the collation officer, before you can validate a result, you must do some comparisons. You must compare the physical form EC8A you are holding with the one that has been uploaded on the IREF. Remember, the polling agents or the polling INEC representative at each polling unit is meant to upload a copy of Form EC8A at the polling unit to the IREF portal for people to view. So now what happens is, when you now go to the collation center, the collation officer will now check the results, the physical result that was brought to him, and the one that has been uploaded onto the IREF portal from the polling unit. Now, if there are discrepancies, as a matter of fact, if there are discrepancies, or if what is on the RF portal is the same thing on the from EC8A, the collation officer should go ahead and record. But if there are discrepancies between the one on the from EC8A and the one uploaded on the IRF portal, as a matter of fact, the Electoral Act mandated that the collation officer should disregard the physical from EC8A and take the one that is being uploaded on the IRF. Now, the very big question a lot of people are asking is, how is it possible that INEC declared and announced Tinubu the president when they did not validate the result? Because, like I've said before, the only means to validate result is when you compare the physical from EC8A and the one that is uploaded on the IREF. Now, the IREF, about 69% of the results were not uploaded. Still yet, INEC went further to collate the election results, disregarding the IREF and disregarding the validation of results via the IREF and all that. So you could see that there is a whole lot of irregularities and rascality and illegality that INEC did. That is why when people were sleeping, they decided to declare Tinubu the president of this particular country. And their witness during the court session admitted that only 31% was uploaded. And this summarizes is that INEC, as a matter of fact, did not validate the election result that they used to announce Bola Tinubu as the president. That they just merely announced Tinubu with the form EC8, which is against the Electoral Act and which is against every law of the land. And that is why, as a matter of fact, the Election Petition Tribunal will invalidate this particular entire election, because there is no way INEC, validated the result they actually announced. Well, I would like you guys to drop a comment section and tell me what you think about this recent development.